medicine no, medicine zi afo no, afo zi elela boamum. Na una ekona man, na una giman, na una bakuri man. Akiri bunga akiri tu. If you talk na akiri ye. Asiminga go see no go zi elela boamu. That is a place. I don't talk small grammar when I see me for lewa. We no go long to the countrywoman for the watori we knock off now. At the town, all una plenty, because plenty people them they don't subscribe for this channel. Now for here with the matter there, as we tell now, it's not some go stay a small time, we'll start do small, short analysis there. We go the post them. And now we try to do live videos them, and then we do some small podcasts and too. We the post them for this platform. We get two important subject matter, go long as usual, so that people they don't watch them, me they feel share and me other one they watch them. Now so the thing they no one make me give over long. We talk the thing concise, precise, grammar don't enter the matter. Issa Tchiroma election for Cameroon, where I know say go hold for English Cameroon. I know because now goes down now. They go do a half for go views. They go even do campaign. How they go do one for day. It be virtually impossible. Now more talk about the other one. Issa Tchiroma we did Bafoussam the other day for making campaign. People come out, People come out. They come out. Issa Tchiroma talk what he talk, and then the campaign manager and he say candidate be they talk, they do the two they do, and people they glad for Bafoussam. Now that some radio they call us Tropical FM. In the interview Issa Tchiroma for Bafoussam. They there for interview. Pam, interview, they suspend her. Now, who suspend interview for Issa Tchiroma and why they suspend the interview? They say na administrative authority them for Bafoussam, they suspend that interview for Issa Tchiroma for Tropical FM. If na governor suspend interview for Issa Tchiroma, that means say Oga kwata for governor then na he give that order say me they do and so because governor no fit do and so we Oga kwata no give that order. Issa Tchiroma na former minister for Cameroon. So as former minister, he get two inside them. Now what happen? Now no say before that meeting for Bafoussam, Atanganji be there for Douala. Atanganji dey for Douala where Atanganji dey talk say oh that coalition na pakoti na quarter coalition go be important. I ask myself say Atanganji ya work na for work le minister or na for go begin enter people the way two opposition want do begin talk like say you didn't against them. Minister for Cameroon no be against Cameroonian. So Atanganji when I cap for CPD and militant as minister. I just say they expose for movie like minister maybe CPD and militant because you know if you be minister for territorial administration instead of talk to a concerned country you talk na party palava. Now the matter that so that palava interview for that side for Bafoussam where they cut him with Issa Tchiroma, it go surely be say Atango hand he dey for inside. So Issa Tchiroma the two will be the supporter. I don't say no. Wait till Anglophone crisis start say there is no Anglophone crisis. There is no Anglophone crisis. There is no Anglophone crisis. Who are they for here? We zinga Uzinga for that matter. I tell you now, Uzinga for that matter. That lie for Issa Tchiroma. Now the very power will save them. Now then that they record the interview for Bafoussam. Countryman, countrywoman. We get our second news now. Now palaba Maurice Kamto. Maurice Kamto, wait he talk. Maurice Kamto don't talk say he no go support no candidate for presidential election. If you want to say me Issa Tchiroma with Bello Bouba, they come together. Since Issa Tchiroma and Bello Bouba, they no fit come together, he no go support no candidate for presidential election. He say, many people they vote the way they want vote. Any idea, now they get right for vote, their vote. Now so Maurice Kamto talk. People glad, they not glad. No be my trouble, my problem. Na foka true na news. How are the true am? Countryman, countrywoman. I want say more na liye which way Maurice Kamto go talk himself. You know go be like saying me. I don't think my mom. I talk the matter with him. Me Maurice Kamto himself. He blow the story for una. Una hear Maurice Kamto.
My dear compatriots, despite the unjust and despicable decision to reject my candidacy in the presidential election scheduled for next October, Many Cameroonians continue to believe that I can still play a key role in the outcome of this election. I thank them for their renewed esteem and unwavering confidence. I have listened to their repeated calls and have resolved to see how best I can respond, as I always do when the higher interests and future of our country are at stake. It is in this spirit that on 16 September, I launched an appeal to opposition candidates running in the election in question. I urged them to unite, ideally behind one of their number, or, failing that, to form a coalition of several strong candidates around one of those among them who has extensive political and state management experience, in this case, one of the two candidates from the northern part of the country, on the basis of a prior agreement between them. In my view, such an approach was likely to trigger a national popular movement. It would have allowed for the pooling of efforts and avoided the dispersion of votes, making the victory of the candidate supported by the entire people of change. In other words, the entire Cameroonian people inevitable. Since this appeal, I have met and exchanged views with 7 of the 11 opposition candidates, including the most important ones, as well as a number of prominent figures from civil society. I have spared no effort to encourage an agreement between the UNDP and FSNC candidates in order to make possible a coalition, even of a limited one, of opposition candidates around them. In my view, this approach offered a real chance of victory that would respond to the deep desire for change that is rising throughout the country. The late entry into the race for the presidency of the two candidates from the northern part of the country, whom public opinion seems to consider the major candidates in the upcoming election, did not give them the time to make their multifaceted preparations necessary for either of them to hope to create a winning dynamic on their own. Today, Friday, 26 September 2025, in the eve of the opening of the official electoral campaigns period, during which a coalition candidate should be presented to voters and to all the Cameroonian people across the country, his vision should be explained and his image should be fixed in the minds of voters, especially in rural areas. However, to the great disappointment of Cameroonians, no such candidate has been found. The following observations can therefore be made. 1. The absence of even a limited coalition of candidates, with the two candidates from the northern part of the country capable of pooling resources and creating a powerful popular dynamic likely to ensuring victory for the people in the upcoming presidential election. 2. The existence of deep divisions within the population, particularly among supporters of the UNDP and FSNC candidates, because of the failure to agree on a single candidate between the two. 3. The prospect of a scattering of votes that could seriously compromise the chances of victory for an opposition candidate. As a result of all the above, we, Maurice Kamto, and the Political Alliance for Change, PAC, which supported my candidacy, have come to the conclusion that it is appropriate to leave each voter fully responsible for voting freely in good conscience for the opposition candidate of their choice in the presidential election scheduled for 12 October 2025. Long live Cameroon.
So na don hear na Maurice Kamto own tori that way don comot for tori, don talk say no go support Issa Tchiroma or Bello Bouba because say them two they begin for beat up together. We say me they talk say this, so we go na one candidate. How we did not agree for get one candidate? What he do? He say any man fi vote the way he vote. So now the two news that we be get for una today. Countryman, you will watch me now. You will go watch me after. Una continue for subscribe. Fine tori will come for here. Anytime we go be for live. If una don't subscribe, information it go reach una. But this yes, I swear no. But this yes, okay. I don't go me.